Okay, now we are going to get started with what we have to cover first today. Yeah. Okay, so today is primarily on grammar. We are going to identify articles as well as pronouns. Okay, right? By article, basically we mean a, an, and the. Yeah. Pronouns, of course, is usually your I, she, he, it, they, we. Okay, you have your first person pronoun, you have your third person pronouns. But also we actually have your possessive pronouns, which is like my, ours, yours, theirs, his, hers. So these are your possessive pronouns. Okay. So these are things that we're going to cover a bit more. But before we start, I think for the newcomers, okay, you might not be familiar with this. We do have some class rules. I know for the rest of you, I've been repeating this like many times already. Okay, for those of you who are new, I think you all are doing a good job coming in, turning on your video as well as muting yourselves. Because if you do not mute yourselves, it's going to be very disruptive if, let's say, there are a lot of background sounds at the back. Okay, so in this case, it's important to do that. It's important to turn off your microphone, mute your microphone, as well as turn on your video. Okay, so two things. Okay, and then of course you can use your chat function to type in any questions you have. Of course, like for example, just now money, if I'm able to see you, right, then I can see you raising your hands. But a lot of times when I'm screen sharing, I might not be able to see all of you. Okay, so the best way is to type in the chat. But if it's something, yes. Okay, so what Money is doing now, if it's something really urgent, you can just follow what Money has done. Okay, she actually click on the raise hand icon. So you will immediately be prioritized to the front. So it's easy for me to have a look and then just quickly call you. Okay, right? So are we clear on that? Of course, all in all, if let's say you really need to go to the toilet, that one is understandable because you need to answer to nature's call, right? So just drop me a text and just go. Okay, I will not stop you from going. But of course, within 1.5 hours, you shouldn't be going to the toilet too often. Okay? And lastly, I think all in all, the rule of thumb is really just be mindful, be respectful, not just to the teacher, but also to your friends here as well. Okay? Are we good? Yeah? Okay, we're good. So let's move on. Okay, we're going to start with grammar MCQs first. So let's have a look at the pronouns here, yeah? The book lying on the table is... Anyone wants to volunteer? Yes, Lucas. Very good. It's hers. Okay, so why is it hers? Because the book on the table, okay, these are the object. Hers is the subject. Okay, so in this case, this is what we call a possessive pronoun her. Possessive pronoun hers. Okay, so it is hers. Yeah. Okay, next one. These boots aren't yours. Okay, usually we try to avoid contractions. This is an example of a contraction. Okay, we try to avoid contraction in formal writing unless if it's a dialogue. Okay, so these boots are not yours. What about what over there? So all these are what we call your determiners. Okay, so these are your determiners, right? So what about these boots aren't yours? What about? Any volunteers for this one? Let me see. Money.
Those, because it's plural and it's far away.
Yeah. Okay, because boots, plural, you're right. And then also it's in a distance over there. So there is a distance there. Okay. So therefore the answer is those. So far, any questions? Are we good? Yes? Okay. Now, next one. What left this parcel for you just now? The receptionist told him. Yes, Aber.
Someone.
Someone. Okay, how do you know if it's someone?
Because they never told who's the person.
They didn't know, but then anyone can also be unknown, isn't it? Why is it not anyone? Okay, so of course it cannot be everyone and no one, right? Everyone means that this has to be plural. But seems like this parcel is one, it's singular. So it cannot be everyone because everyone is more than one. Yeah? Okay, so why is it not anyone but someone? Because similarly, anyone can also be anybody. It can be plural as well. Okay, so in this case, someone left this parcel for you just now. The receptionist told him. Okay, so this is someone. Yeah? Any questions? No? Nicole, you're okay? What is that bombastic side eye thing about? Okay, never mind. Later on, we'll get you to share. Okay, next question. His father has gone to Malaysia to visit the city what he was born. Yes, Aber.
Where?
Yep, okay, because we're referring to a place.
Place.
So it has to be where. Which is referring usually to objects. When is usually referring to time. Okay, and that is actually a determiner. So his father has gone is a perfect tense. Has gone to Malaysia to visit the city where he was born. Okay, where? Are we good? Yeah? Okay, who is the what person in the world? Money, yes.
Wealthiest because we're
Very
competing
good.
with more than two people.
That's right, because we're talking about in the world. If it's in the world, it's definitely more than two people, right? If there are only two people in the world, then it's the world is going to come to an end soon. Okay, so who is the wealthiest? Because it is a superlative adjective. And when we use superlative adjectives, like what Mani said just now, we compare more than two. Okay? If it's a comparative adjective, which is wealthier, we are comparing two. And then there's no such thing as more wealthy or most wealthy. Oh, Rohan is here. Hi, Rohan.
Hi.
Nice. Okay, Rohan has been with this class for a while, is it? Yeah? That's right. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm not sure if Madam Nisha has informed you last week. Did she inform you that she's going to leave?
Yes.
She did, huh? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think she went on to pursue something else. Yeah, so that's why she has had to leave. Okay. Yeah, so I'm taking over the class at least for 3 months. Okay, after that, there might be some changes, but definitely I'll be staying with this class for 3 months at least. Okay. Okay, so who is the wealthiest? So I think Mani's answer is correct. It's B. Okay. Now we're going to move on to vocab MCQ. Okay. Okay, a lot of you actually got this question wrong. We do not say the howl of an ambulance siren. Okay, it's always the blare. Okay, whine is like whining, sometimes we always say the kid is whiny. Somebody is whiny, but sometimes adults can be whiny too. Yeah, Mani said this one, crying, whining. Okay, but adults sometimes can whine also. Some adults actually like to whine. Basically, it's not really nagging, but they just like to keep complaining about things, being very negative about things. Okay, complaining, yeah. But whining also actually means that, it's a long, sorry, high pitch, complaining cry. Okay, it does not just apply to kids. I think some adults also like to whine, but he's not fair, So that's a whine. Yeah, so you give a long, high-pitched complaining cry or sound. So that's whine. Now, in terms of ambulance, we always use, a lot of you chose howl. Howl usually refers to wolves. Okay, so blare actually means a loud and harsh sound. Actually, in fact, the ambulance sound can be quite loud and harsh. Okay, howling usually refers to wolves or dogs. Braying is, of course, like a zebra or even donkey brays, right? So it's usually the sound of the donkey or sound of the zebra. Braying. Okay. Yeah. So I think Rohan is still writing down. Right? Braying is usually sound of a donkey or a zebra. So number 6 is actually B. So I've marked your work. I think those of you who have gotten it wrong, in fact, I think there were quite a number of you who got it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 of you got it wrong. Are we okay? Okay, let me have a look. Someone is typing in the chat, is it? May I go toilet? Yes, you may. Go ahead, Abir. Okay, next question. The poor boy fell into the sea and was swept away by the strong swirling currents. Yes, Money.
Is it A?
Okay, what does it mean by flicking?
This.
Yes, like you flick, right? So do you think he was flicked away by the currents?
Is it swept?
Swept away. Yeah, it's like a sweeping movement, right? Sweeping movement. Flicking basically means a sudden quick movement. Like as though you were flicking a coin or something. So a sudden quick movement is flick. Okay, but in terms of currents and waves and all this, is usually he was swept away. Yeah, swept. Okay, of course, slid away is the past tense of slide. So it's the movement of sliding. Okay, slid. And of course, gliding is the movement, like for example, the movement of snake gliding on the ground. Are we good, everybody? Yes? Okay, let's move on, huh? Christine suffered a what when she had accidentally